Good morning. The US stock market is closed today for Good Friday. The crypto markets have been a little bit less volatile than what we've seen over the last few days, even as Trump starts to make good on his promise to send Iran back to the Stone Age. Let's get straight into it. First of all, I am still long right now, albeit a small position. 0.15 BTC from 65,585 average open price, and we're up about $155 on this trade. 20x leverage long. No, this doesn't mean I think the market is about to go back to 100k and the bear market is over, but at least in a risk adjusted way, I would rather remain long in the market right now. So that's where I am. What's happening in the world? Well, we've got Trump starting to make good on his promise to send Iran back to the Stone Age. See here, reported by SAN. President Trump is following through with his Wednesday threat to hit Iran extremely hard. The US military has now conducted strikes on major bridges. Trump says 3 of Iran's largest bridges have now been destroyed, posting a video of it on Truth Social. One of the bridges pictured here is actually saying they haven't even started. Trump warns the US hasn't even started after strike destroys Iranian bridge. The president said this morning that with a little more time, though, the US could easily reopen the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran's effective blockade has throttled global energy supplies. Now, we're used to seeing this type of news announcements coming as markets are shut down for a long weekend. We've seen this with the tariff hikes on China, for example. So quite interesting to see what's going to happen on come Tuesday, because of course we can't see a market reaction right now with the stock market closed. But we've got an interesting, well, as always, we've got an interesting dichotomy here. On one hand, we're hitting Iran really hard and literally blowing up bridges. And on the other hand, though, we could open the Strait of Hormuz very quickly. We're used to that kind of two-sided announcement, we'll say. But of course, the proof is in the pudding, as we say. These bridges have literally been destroyed. And we've also had Iran reporting that they've shot down an F-35 in response to this. I haven't seen verification yet of whether or not that is true. An F-35 being a US fighter jet. Iran has said a second US F-35 fighter jet has been shot down over Iran as drones strike an oil refinery in Kuwait. What a mess the whole thing is. But we've also got the UK and allies discussing other options, specifically sanctions to open the Strait of Hormuz, or to at least unblock the Strait of Hormuz. US not involved in those talks. I suspect we are going to see something happening after this long weekend. Some sort of resolution to this. Potentially, it'd be really, really good to see. I don't know if I would necessarily be willing to bet on that happening, but usually Trump makes these big announcements going into a long weekend when the markets will be shut, where market impact of that will be minimal. And then we see the result of that later on down the line. At least for as far as crypto is concerned, and Bitcoin, which is of course a 24/7 market, the reaction hasn't been so bold just yet. I said at the start of the video, much lower volatility over the last few hours than we've seen basically over the last week. We've sort of begun the work to retake this slide that we saw after that initial announcement that the US was going to step up the bombing on Iran. Haven't quite made it yet. So that slide, of course, started on the 1st of April. We were down something like 5%. And to where we are right now from lows, we're looking like up 1.67% or so. A bit of a slide within the last couple of hours, but nothing really to write home about. And the reason I'm still willing to stay long, and this is the same reason I got long into this, right? Yes, we did have the opportunity to take out profit here, up at 69,000, up at the point of control of the fixed range volume profile. But I decided to stay in because it's a relatively small position size, and basically the thesis remains true. The market was very upset by I think a certain portion of the market was expecting this big announcement from Trump to be about solid steps to ending the war, or to at least opening the Strait of Hormuz, de-escalation, and the exact opposite was true. So we slid off here. But once again, I think people, potentially the reaction to that revealed negative is more negative than the actual situation is, because the reality is things haven't particularly changed in a material sense to where we were before that, if that makes any sense at all. What do I mean in terms of numbers and liquidation risk, etc.? More people are short than they are long right now. People over exaggerated this move in terms of how they position themselves. To be honest with you, a lot of people just seem to be getting short when they see red candles retrospectively, and that's what we're seeing in the data here. There is a lot more short side liquidation risk than there is long side liquidation risk in the market, and that remains the case. You're looking at about $10 billion versus about $3.6 billion worth. Remember, when a short position becomes liquidated, they are forced to buy onto the market, taking supply off the market, and supply demand dynamics mean prices must go up in that scenario. You've got the fear and greed index down at 28. The market is back in fear, but once again, this is a very hot, live situation. Okay, markets hate uncertainty. Markets don't like inflation, particularly, at least from the perspective of monetary policy and what that means for liquidity in the markets. But we're not absolutely tanking just yet, and there's plenty of people who are bet on the market just absolutely tanking. You can see this in the liquidation risk. Usually when one side of the market swings one way on this type of arrangements, they get brutally proven wrong. And that is what I'm essentially waiting for. Remember, we're still down at supply. And look, it's not to say we couldn't break support down here at these levels where we've been already. But just playing the pattern that I've seen time and time again, right now I want to remain long. Don't think the bear market is over just yet, but at least for right now, on the 3rd of April 2026, I do want to remain in my relatively modest long position. And we will see resolution on this one way or another come Tuesday when the markets reopen. But there we go. Right now, that's what I see. Hope you found it interesting. Hope you found it entertaining. Remember, nothing I say should be considered financial advice. Thanks for watching.